My name is Arthur Merton. We investigate some of the most paranormally active locations in the UK and beyond. We will document these hauntings. We are the Ghost Botherers. The Conington Level Crossing. It is said to be the most haunted level crossing in the country and has the name the Crossing of Death. The myth states that Colonel Mellows and his friend Mr. Percival were heading home in October 1948 when Mr. Percival opened the gate and Mellows drove across the tracks. But from the opposite direction the train smashed into the car, killing Mellows and his dog instantly. The brief outline of the story revolves around the haunting figures seen at the crossing, along with a ghostly car and Colonel Mellows' dog. It has also been reported in the same year, 1948, 6 German prisoners of war were killed and 5 more injured when the lorry was struck by a train on the crossing. With all this compelling evidence of the paranormal events taking place at the crossing after so many years, it stands as the infamous myth of the most haunted railway crossing in the UK, reported by local newspapers, much talked about within the neighbouring villages and the subject of many a book.
Can you tell me about yourself and what your position is with the Sawtry History Society?
Okay, yes, so my name is Chris Merton and I'm the Publicity Officer of the Sawtry History Society. I'm also the webmaster for the Sawtry section of CCAN, which is Cambridgeshire Community Archive Network.
What can you tell us about the hauntings at Conington?
So, the hauntings at Conington, which is reckoned to be the most haunted railway crossing in the country, which is properly called Conington North. It appears that in 1945 there was a thick fen fog, and the then mayor of Peterborough had been on a shooting party with his friend, and they were coming back across the fen, across the railway. In those days, the crossing was just controlled by whoever wanted to cross, so there just 2 gates. So his friend could see a train waiting at a red signal up the line, and he opened the gates, and as his friend drove on, the train came from the opposite direction and mowed into the car, killing the occupant and his dog. Because the visibility in fogs in those days was much more severe than it is now. And it was actually 6 of the Germans, they believe the Germans, 6 were killed. To add to the disaster, when they were pretty injured and picked up, they were transported, and can't actually find out where, but allegedly the lorry transport they were in a bus, 2 more people were injured. So it's quite a heavy death toll. Now, that would have meant quite a lot, because they wouldn't have had much longer to go before they were repatriated. But of course, us British had a much better reputation at keeping prisoners of war than some of the other European countries, so it probably would have been a very big thing and very upsetting. Why do these things potentially hit in people's imaginations? I think it's in the mind, and when you look up all the different stories, you find that they slightly contradict each other. So it's almost becomes like a Norse saga, when no one knows really what happened, when it happened, how it happened. And probably go on. If someone reads this text, sees this, takes an interest in it, they'll go and investigate it, perhaps be another story.
Do you ghosts, spirits and demons?
I believe in ghosts, spirits and demons. It's very difficult to believe in something you haven't seen. As human beings, we tend to only believe if we see, but you can have faith in a religion. So, ghosts. I don't believe in benevolent spirits that come back to wreak havoc amongst people, get their own back and things like that. But I think there can be a spirit left in a certain area. Again, not because it's trapped there and it can't get through. So people must think that let them in the pearly gates, that sort of stuff. But demons, nah, I don't go with demons. People can be evil enough on their own without being possessed by a demon. One only has to look through history to see how demonic things can happen with normal human beings, sadly.
Have you had a paranormal experience? If so, can you talk us through that?
Have I ever had a paranormal experience? Well, when I was in my early 20s, I worked with a chap who played rugby for Amateur Rugby Club, and had a reputation of rugby players. We were having quite a few beers one evening, and someone came up with the fact that there was a deserted church nearby to where they were drinking, and there was a rumour that he was involved with white witchcraft. So they all decided to conceal themselves near this church. And it must have been fairly amusing because probably they all had a few, and they lay there for several hours evidently, and nothing happened, of course, nothing going on at all. But adjacent to the church was a modern graveyard, and it had a gravel drive, and they heard motion on the gravel drive, slow wheels, no lights or anything. So we got a bit of tittering around, what was going on and that sort of thing. So we went and looked, coming up the gravel drive, and there was nothing there. Sort of similar to these guys on the crossing here. They all got pretty spooked and cleared off. Now he told me about this, and I was travelling through the area again with my fiance, and we thought, I don't know, we'll go and have a look. So it was real midsummer, very light night, and we went up and looked around this church, and it was obvious that there had been some children playing around in it, and there was daubings on the wall and that sort of thing. I mean, there's no roof, it's a ruin. And because of it's a ruin, it was kind of fenced off with strings of barbed wire on a rail, fence posts. So you can see where people have been in and out. We ducked through this barbed wire, and we had a look around in the church. There was no kind of any paraphernalia or anything you'd expect for that sort of thing. So we didn't see anything and we didn't hear anything. So when you're talking paranormal, nothing revealed itself. But when we went through these strands of barbed wire in exactly the same place, there were 2 rings of fresh clover hanging. They weren't there when we went in. And obviously we got fairly spooked. So we didn't run, we walked rather briskly through the, I think it's called a lynch gate, over the gate of the church. And we went deathly cold as we went through this lynch gate. That's probably the spookiest thing that's ever happened to me.
Another historical event took place at a nearby pond where two young Victorian boys drowned. Reports stated that the rope that the two were using snapped and tragically both were overcome and sadly died. The bodies were never recovered.